It's rather a sad one for a lot of us in Nigeria today. Sad in the sense that we have read in the papers and we have seen it on national television that at the last count, no less than 120 Nigerian citizens in Kaduna State have lost their lives as a result of their area being bombed by the Nigerian army. It's very unfortunate, very extremely unfortunate. I mean, we're not talking about one life. Even if it was one life is very significant. For this one, we're talking about 120 lives being lost to what the military have described as a mistake. What type of mistake is this? Honestly, this mistake is unacceptable. It's colossal. I mean, the army is supposed to be the protector of the masses. People are supposed to run into army barracks when they face danger, and that's the way it's done in several places. The army barracks, the army settlement should be a place of succor, a place of refuge, a place for protection. But when it gets to a situation where the army of a country turns the nozzle of its guns against its people, and in this case, goes to the skies and then drops bombs against the people of the country, the citizens of the country, then it's unacceptable. I do not know how the army is feeling right now. I've seen the press release where they have described it as mistaken identity for them. They said they wanted to bomb terrorists and they mistakenly, bombed people that were in a procession, a religious procession, in the northern region of Nigeria in Kaduna State. Honestly, this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. We can't continue this way, and this is not the first time that this has happened. The Nigerian military have in the past, not too far past, but in very contemporary past, we've had situations like this where people have been bombed. The other ones, IDP, people were bombed. It's unacceptable. The drone technology is not our technology. It is a foreign technology. But how come that those that have produced this technology have been using it without causing irreparable damage like this to the civil populace? So why have we not learned how they have been using their own? Why has America not done this kind of a thing? So this is a foreign technology, and to use our military men in operating this technology, there is need for training and retraining of these people. It's not a one-off training because technology evolves, technology keeps changing, and there is need to send them out for training upon training. And before you press the button and release bombs on the civil populace, it must be done with 99% or 100% um, degree of being very sure of what you are doing. You don't gamble like that with human lives. So I'm saddened. I'm pro-life. So I'm saddened. As a lawyer, it's unacceptable to me that civilians would be made to die like this when we're not in a war situation with the civilians. They just went about their normal business, their day-to-day businesses, only for them to end up in the graves. Honestly, an apology from the military is for me not enough. More should be done. People should take responsibility and serious responsibility at that. Now, having said that, let's look at the legal implication of this. Under international humanitarian law, no military man is permitted to turn the nozzle at a civilian, armless civilian. Civilian without gun, you cannot turn your gun against the civilian. It's against international law. Let alone bomb civilian populace. These are non-combatants. So you are doing it with those that do not have the propensity to return fire for fire. They cannot fire you back. They are helpless civilians without arms. International humanitarian law prohibits the use of such degree of force against civilians. So what the Nigerian military has done in Kaduna State, which has resulted in the killing, in the death of, at the last count, when I watched China's television yesterday, I saw 120 persons have died, have been confirmed dead. Now, in a situation where 120 people have been confirmed dead in a community as a result of bombing, you now understand that up to 200 people or more have been fatally wounded. It's just that they have not died. But some of them will not be able to go back to their lives anymore. They would have lost limbs, and some will still die in the coming days. So, if care is not taken for the next 1 month, the death toll will still increase. Honestly, this is unacceptable. This is very, very appalling. It shouldn't be so. The Nigerian army has been in operation for several years now. Even before independence, we had army. We had the army. And it is the Nigerian army that has been going abroad to rescue people in dangerous situations in Africa. Remember what Nigerian army did in Ecomo. Remember what Nigerian army did in Liberia and Sierra Leone and many other countries. So how come that when our soldiers go abroad, they are very professional? So what's happening when they're here? We can't be having this kind of a thing. It is better for 99 criminals to escape than for one innocent life to be taken. So there should be better ways of fighting the terrorists and not killing civilians. What has happened in Kaduna State is completely against all the known principles of international humanitarian law and international law as a whole. You don't do that to civilian populace. Like I said, apology is not enough. People must take responsibility. People in Nigeria, people should learn how to resign without even waiting to be made, to go home. It is unacceptable. It is my prayer that those that have lost their lives will have their souls eternally reposed by the Creator. It's also my prayer that the Creator may give healing to the families of the deceased. And it is my prayer also that those that were negligent and reckless in the detonation of the bomb should be brought to justice. There are laws in this country that should enable those people being brought to justice. The President of Nigeria, as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, should not fold his arms and watch this so that this doesn't repeat itself. Thanks for watching. Do remember to follow this channel as much as you can. Subscribe to the channel. Click the like button so that together we can continue to discuss the issues of law in the breaking news and issues of law affecting everyday living. I remain your friend and host, Ikemene.